It's time for us to get into the third and final map here for the GG.Bet Winter Cup between the Rocketlaunchers and Brute. And it was an interesting affair, right, Dinko? It was a very different way than we expected to go down. Mirage completely all in favor of the Rocketlaunchers. They looked really strong despite some minimal performances we saw from Brute of what they delivered on their rushes, what we expect from their T side. Then we go over to Inferno. And yes, Rocketlaunchers didn't look great yesterday, but they picked into it. We're like, must be something there. No. just no. Just it was completely non-existent.
And the thing is, maybe they had to do a lot of work on their T side, and that was worse than their CT side. So,
oh, mate, we're really looking at this as well, aren't we? This is awkward. Both teams don't really play Dust2 and don't win on Dust2.
The most surprising thing about this is just the team name Cream. Yeah, that's Cream. They had a close game against them, so I mean, at least we've both got one win each for both of the teams. But other than that, their stats are not looking good out of the 4 times that they've played it. And they've both got 25% win rate. So, yeah, Dust2 is one of those maps where stats, for me, if you only play it 4 times, don't really matter. I think this is just a clean slate. You've got two of these teams. They've gone up against each other. It's been close at times before. Not so much in the series overall, because it's been one-sided for one team and then one-sided for the other on their opposing map picks. And then we find ourselves here on Dust2. It's the perfect one to end on.
Do you know why? None of the stats matter for me, not even the stats against each other, because nothing makes sense right now in this best of 3.
Nothing at all.
Nothing we're seeing makes any sense. But Rocketlaunchers, they won the pistol. They're going to still won the pistol, won the knife. They're going to start on the T side. And they're potentially going to get wrecked as they work their way up. Emenk, he's going to be the one to try and change it around. 3 health and a dream. He's walked away with 2 kills. But look at Daxon.
Daxon just comes in behind as well. This could be perfect. Looking for the drop on a couple of these players. One is low, close to him. That's Emek. But if he drops Soaker, that would make things easier. He still gets one before falling. Of course he does. Onto the head of Emek. Now it's all on Max. And he has been incredible in this series on both maps. So we'll see if he can continue that.
Why did it take him so long, though? Daxon was well there.
I don't know.
And Max was miles behind. Dust2 is not the biggest of maps.
He's just chilling a little bit. I don't know. I don't know why it took him too long. I think he's probably trying to work with his teammate, and once he had fallen, he relocated back in towards Catwalk, but definitely the time was not on his favorite. Rocketlaunchers do win the pistol. You've seen into the future.
I did. I jumped there.
Just like,
I
meant knife, the pistol.
But they won the pistol anyway, so it all worked out.
This is what those crazy people in the CS community that thinks that everything's just a giant conspiracy. All the talent, all the players are all in.
What do they type in chat? Like 335 or some stupid? Yeah, the gambling thing that they meme about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking to you, Twitch chat.
Directly to you, listening.
Right now.
It's like one of those infomercials in like America. They have those. Are you tired of losing your hair?
Are you tired of losing your bets in CSGO?
And stop betting on stupid matches. Well, here we are. Rocketlaunchers versus Brute. Rocketlaunchers coming through. If you are wanting to bet responsibly, of course, head over to GG.Bet or GG.Bet and use the code GG.Bet.com for a 125% bonus on your deposit. Well, Emenk's depositing Max in the coffin.
Daxon, though, will pick up the scout to try and reuse it. But he might meet the same... Ooh, no, he doesn't. He expects Emenk to be there. I respect that from Daxon. He's checking it. But can they deal with him? Ooh, Shaq, put himself out in the open a little bit there, buddy. The pushes continue to come forward. Spray down. Off into CT spawn. Daxon couldn't stand strong for too long. AJTT, he's able to get the tag in with an Eagle, but he can't find any kills just yet.
Ooh, there's a player in behind that car.
Spam it. Do it. I believe, crazy. I believe.
I think if you get a save, you might as well just do it. Just shoot one shot.
Yeah, why not? I'm not going to push you just yet.
There we go. Never mind. Patience pays off. Good kill. Right through the cranium. Shaq got bored, wanted the info, and then got his head torn off. AJT wants to move forward on Catwalk, but he's not going to find too much success here, surely. Soka takes his head off. 2-0 start coming in from the Rocketlaunchers. Although pretty good damage from those exit frags from the CTs. They will not be able to buy in this round, obviously, so they'll keep the 2 scouts in play. And if you can get a couple of shots landed, if you can tag a few people, those pistols become a little bit more useful. Yeah. And that's when they can potentially find a few more kills. But Rocketlaunchers looking to go and limit those casualties and get themselves 3-0.
Da-da. Da-da-da. scout kills. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, last map of the second best of 3. We've got another one coming up, Banks. Oh!
There we go, Emenk.
That is a fast shot.
They get the job done, but can MacDaddy get the job done here as 2 players closely approaching him on long? He's not going to push for it just yet. Daxon gets found nice and easy, but does he expect the second? No, he doesn't. And Max, it's always him. He brings in the big boy plays and he puts the hurt onto him and he'll grab himself an AK-47. I'd like to see him hold on to it for the next round, ideally. It's crazy. He's looking for an opportunity. He's got Shaq just above him. Knows exactly where he is, and Crazy's going to continue to go for it, but he can't make anything happen. It's just Max and AJTT left alive, and Emenk, he'll only live for a little bit longer after AJTT only finishes him off. The scouts do come into play. It's a scout back and forth battle. But it will still be a 3rd round for Rocketlaunchers either way. Problem for Emenk, though, he won't have any chance to buy into an AWP at all. But he may be able to get one dropped over to him because plenty of other people on his team do have the moolah in the bank.
This is already better from Rocketlaunchers than their T-Star Inferno.
It really is. And it's now gone into Rocketlaunchers' favor. Winner of map 3, the live betting odds from GG.Bet. Remember, use code GG.Bet.com and get you 125% deposit bonus. Means if you put in £50, you will get 75 on top for free.
At a certain point, Mike, you have to start doing some different numbers. You
know?
No,
I gotta throw the safe numbers.
If you got £13.50, you know, how many? What percentage are you getting back?
Well, let me get my calculator out. What I'm going to do is just prepare like 10 different random numbers.
Yeah, you just got to do it every time. 72.35 times 3. Divided by 12. You knew that was coming. Yep. Well, Molotov clears the close stairs. Another push forward. Daxton's going to be forced off the angle, and he's dropped 8 HP. Nick going up. MacDaddy dodges that one easily.
Who tagged him?
That was the AWP, right? Oh, there is no one.
No, there's a scout.
Yeah, the scout. Definitely. Surely. Where's that, mate? I'm so confused now at this point.
A lot has just happened on that short push. Daxon probably is very unaware of what happened, but now he might walk into actually some more opportunities. But Daxon, he'll go down, and this will actually allow Emenk to grab that AWP. Cash shaved, and if Rocketlaunchers pick up the round, that'd be a huge one. Still very much of a focus here towards long A from the CT side. AJTT taking a fair bit of damage again.
Oh, well, they realize the time is low, so eventually they will start punching their way in towards the site. Good kill catch does well to find one. MacDaddy runs over the top of him, and now we're into a 4v2 with the site taking. We've got to see these brute players start to back away from this spot. Damn, this is much better. I think Rocketlaunchers needed to start going into this, because like we said at the end of Inferno, if you're brute, you're feeling good. Your mental at it, your fortitude is there. But Rocketlaunchers come into this positive mindset after winning the first 4 in a row. And we always discuss, you know, Dust2 is a momentum-based game. If you just find a momentum-based map, should I say. So if they start just winning round after round after round, then that's when your momentum is just off the scales.
Yeah, and this is what they needed, right? After what happened to them on the previous map. Yeah. They needed a quick turnaround, a quick reset. I'm sure Barbar had some harsh words with them during the break. We were having some harsh words about everything we saw during that last game, that was for sure. Just because you honestly, when you've seen a team play better than that, and then you just watch them get absolutely run over, and they've picked it, you just got to question so many things.
Well, 4-0, Rocketlaunchers. AWP in the hands of Emenk, AK-47s. 3 of them, in fact, and an SG from MacDaddy. Molotov goes deep in towards long. Des will just play in behind it. Starting to move forward, AJTT inside of the pick, gets away his position with that utility usage, and Des will take his head off. Too much off the top.
You hate to see it, especially when your Barber's doing it. Captain goes on the hunt.
Oh,
wow, yes!
Jeez, that was fast. That was blink and you miss it. And unfortunately, there's no blinking for Defs because his head's gone as well. So we're into a 4v3.
That was unexpected, though. The one onto AJTT was good, but it's an angle you expect. I never expected...
No.
Like, you wouldn't think that the Captain's going to then push down with an AWP to try and take another fight. But they wanted that A and long control. And they've got it for now, at least. More focus towards B as Emenk. Looking to cause a bit more of a distraction here. Oh, this is a great smoke. This is going to work out perfectly for him. Look at that, fully already utility being used from Brute. They're expecting to come through. Brady's still on the B site and his spray. He didn't know which target to shoot at. He couldn't control it. B site secured, and you know what? If you're the CTs, you are not trying to fight this now. You go instantly in for the save. The B site is the hardest site to retake as CT on any map in CSGO. Any competitive map, I'll say.
You see one player just die, and then you see so many CT side teams just back off and just save. Even just like the likes of Australia still go, okay, well, we lost one player in B-bomb site, we're saving. And they don't attempt it because it's just too risky. You're going to throw away stuff. If you haven't got the money built up, there's no need to do it. You just let it slide, you concede the round, and you go into the next one. B site, it can be difficult to take as a T sometimes because obviously, if you don't have mid, you're just going through a tiny choke point.
Yeah.
But if you engineer it in a way that you've weakened the defense a little bit, you know, you pull the player over towards B ramp, you leave yourself a 3v1 fight inside of the site. You can see how difficult it was for Crazy to deal with. So really good stuff from Rocketlaunchers. And I feel like when they're on simple maps, this is where things are going to go better for them.
Well, this is what you were saying, right, about what Charlotte do when it comes to retaking that B-bomb site. And often you even see it'll come down to whether when they've taken the jewels on the initial engagements of people pushing into B, if they've done also damage to them as well. They're very quick on understanding, did we get a good nade in? Did we have this chance? And also, if they have any low utility, they're just never attempting it. Have to try and flush them out. But Rocketlaunchers off to this 5-0 start already. Def's back at long, wanting to do some damage. He needs to be careful though, he's boxed himself in. MacDaddy's there to back him up, and he's going to try fade away into this one. Try and stay strong, but Daxon ready for it. A two-man hold on long will help them secure the opening fight.
Shaq will start making his way through. On the edge of the smoke, he will run. Has back up from his teammates. The Molotov forces him forward. That's more like it. Actually, Max is the man.
Max is the one.
Crazy did one. He did one thing. Actually, he did damage onto the second player as well. So at least it was something. MacDaddy will do some damage himself, but winning this 1v5 would be pretty incredible because the bomb's on the other end of the map.
Yeah, all alone is MacDaddy.
And a MacDaddy in the world on his own is a dangerous thing. I don't know what a MacDaddy is, though. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see what the Urban Dictionary definition is of the MacDaddy.
I like how you go to Urban Dictionary for it as well. You're not gonna get one of the most obscure answers in the world.
That's why I'm going to the Urban Dictionary.
It's gonna have something to do with like pimping or something, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read that if it's bad.
Pass it over to me. There we go. MacDaddy is an ultra pimp. Brilliant.
Yeah. You seem to have experience in this, Max. You got that one right.
I like how the description is 5 girls in one night. You're the MacDaddy. 5 kills in one game. He could be the MacDaddy. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we're going for.
The ace.
That's what an ace is not called a MacDaddy. No, not an ace anymore.
I wonder if MacDaddy is aware that his name means that.
I hope so. Otherwise, why would you pick it? Like, that's the thing. There's so many random names in CS. Like, you just don't get... I don't get most of them. The best ones are always the Asian teams, though. When you cast, like, the Asian minor qualifiers or whatever, you just say the most outrageous stuff as a caster because they see words that look cool in, like, their language, right? And then they translate it to English, and it's just random. It just doesn't make sense at all.
Well, the best one is Tyler's Somebody.
Yeah,
because every time I'm commentating him, it's like somebody is moving down A long. I could just be talking about anyone at this point.
Exactly, yeah. Who? As is the joke. The Twitch chat that used always the one for the obvious joke. Flash, Max evades it. And then we'll take Catwalk already. Rocketlauncher's looking to just try and push through short. And once you take this area of the map, that's your default done, right? That's the goal, is to take that one area. It allows you so many options to unfold. No pressure towards long, though, so they're definitely leaving that away.
No early fights coming out either, right? We've seen Rocketlaunchers slow it down a bit, not go in for the duels early on. Still such a huge focus on A long. Capson just holding on from towards Car. Oh, already someone... Okay, Soka has a huge position now. He might have just been spotted by Max, and Max, he catches it just in the nick of time. Needs to get the flash over. The push starts to come in. Capson delivering with them as well. And it's Max and Crazy spraying. Managing to make this work, and Rocketlaunchers, they got caught with their pants down every corner they turned.
Well, finally, Brute will find themselves around win. 2 now on the board. Rocketlaunchers, we'll see if they can step up. They have a little bit of a buy coming in here because Soker has enough money to drop an AK. Mac Daddy's going to pick up the SG. Emenk on the AWP. Death should get the rifle thrown over by Soakers. Kindly donated. It's actually a Galil. And Shaq has the AK. So we'll see what they can do here in this round. We'll see what they have available.
They're lucky they had so much money to play with here.
Yep. Oh, Shaq is going to be burned, but he throws the smoke just in time to stay alive. He's still tucked in behind Blue, and he's so low on HP that he's just going to run forward and see if he can find a headshot. He's dropped. AJT and Daxon find 2 early kills, and this is much better from Brute, taking these initial advantages in even rounds where Rocketlaunchers have full buys. So, good stuff.
The thing that's bad here for Rocketlaunchers is they have not realized yet the long focus that Brute is delivering, yet they've hit the A site 3 times like this, right? They're putting 1 in pit, putting 1 on the corner, 1 at car each time. This allows for easy rotates. It allows for a lot of a bigger defense for when you push through, which means anyone that does get through, if you don't get the initial pick on the corner, you're done for. So Rocketlaunchers, time to wake up, time to see that long maybe is not the way you need to go right now. But now they want to push 3 players out towards mid. Max is spotting it. And this is a change in setup, right? Because normally you'd have the player who can look towards mid, so they don't have to worry about this. Max sees it. Max knows what's going on. And Max domes the head of Soka. 2 left to find. They're both out there. They may be stacked on top of each other, but no kill's going to be landed just yet. And Max and AJTT, they get the job done. And this is where it's scary for Rocketlaunchers. You're up 5-0. You've now allowed 3 on the bounce for Brute. And they've started to figure out how to counter what you were doing. It's time for you to find a change-up that will work for you. Time will tell.
Yeah, they don't take pauses very often, this Rocketlaunchers team. Even though they have a really experienced coach. So that's quite strange to me.
Some things just don't make sense when it comes to how these teams want to play it out. It's going to be a pistol-heavy play coming out here from Rocketlaunchers. Capson again just going to hold on to this short position. Still walks away with the first kill despite being part blinded. He only manages the second, tags him up down to 16 health. It's looking strong. Bomb will still get planted though, and Max just being a little bit cautious to make sure no one's going to sneak around behind him. His teammate, Crazy, will come down from B now. Brute do want to be careful on the time they decide to take here.
Well, utility going up. It's going to be a good kill. Shaq able to find it. Crazy steps in. A double. Picked up. This will fall. Mac Daddy does well to find one of the Deagle as they move on towards the site. Mac Daddy finds another. Emenk stepping in. And Capson falls. That is ridiculous. Absolutely filthy. 4 kills picked up between 2 players. And Rocketlaunchers will grab 6.
Mac Daddy got tagged up by Capson from the very early beginning push. Down to 16 health, and then pulls out all the 1Ds, stood behind the box that he could have easily been naded or flashed out of. They even had incendiary grenades coming in, but Brute, they just took that so slow on the retake. It really didn't make sense. And maybe Rocketlaunchers now have a weakness they can exploit in short.
Well, he is the Mac Daddy for a reason. Well,
there
so
we
good.
go.
That's what you want to see. Good opening, good flashbang from his teammate to allow for it.
Back away.
Yeah, and they do fall off of it. That does allow Brute to reaggress in long to see what's going on. Capson already up there with Daxon as they want to move forward and check towards long to see what's going on. And Capson will find Soker playing far back from the car. Tunnel push comes in as a reply from the CTs after losing initial control. And our Rocketlaunchers have been sandwiched in towards middle. They've got to go quickly now at this point. This flank is going to be brutal.
Max gets spotted. Loses his head to Shaq. Will they expect crazy? No, they don't. Defs. Not looking for it, not aware, and you should always expect it.
Yeah, especially if it was common to have two players to push through tunnels, but Daxon will find a headshot on towards Emming. The CT side have regained the advantage. Not a fan of this mid-round from Rocketlaunchers. The bomb goes on its own out long. McDaddy coming in behind it, now has the scraps to pick up. The 1v3. Now this is the problem that we see quite often for Rocketlaunchers. The mid-round calling is a little bit lackluster. And I think that probably does come down to the lack of communication. They're all speaking, different languages natively. Not all of them, but obviously we have two Spaniards in there. And, yeah, so English is the language everyone is talking in, which is a little bit unfortunate as it isn't their first. McDaddy will find himself one kill. Needs to pull off the clutch. Now he's got 14 seconds to do it, but he walks across CT, and there was no getting across safely there. Unfortunately, it's going to be a Capstan with the kill. 4 on the board now for Brute. Rocketlaunchers, they had a chance to start developing more rounds on the board, but they tossed it all away with that round loss. And it started off well for them. Soaker had the initial kill, they fell back.
That's just what doesn't get it for me, though, right? Is Soaker got the initial kill. He plays it well at long.
And you don't take long, yeah.
And then you don't try to push on it, even though you've got them backed away. Okay, that's cool, that's fine. But that means when you go back in for it, they hung around for ages in tunnel. Just like relaxing. And that allowed Brute then to take full control of it. You saw Daxon pushed up and he was able to deal damage. Some questionable plays still coming in, but again, that's what happens with new teams. Learning the ropes with it all. Position for AJTT, but he's only good for one for it. And Def's Deagle in his hand. They have more success with the pistols than they do the rifles at the moment for Rocketlaunchers. 4v3, they need to get the weapons in their hands, and Capstan, he's going to be pushed right away from that. Shaq pushes up, but Max, he comes out with a flurry of frags, managing 2 and damaging Soaker a little bit more.
Well, Soaker is being soaking up the bullets. He's currently on 30 HP. We'll see if Shaq can deliver some pain onto these two players. He'll check in towards short. Eventually, he'll be spotted by Crazy. The boost was good, and that pulls it back into the advantage. They were aware of Soaker's last whereabouts, but they need to be careful that he doesn't go for the big flank. With 50 seconds left, that's the call he's decided to make. Now, this is completely obvious, right? Because they have no info on long. They're just going to be ready for this, surely.
Taking his time. 30 seconds, it might just about be enough.
Yeah, he tried to fake catwalk push there with that flash, and now he can push towards CT. Capstan isn't even looking this way, but he has got his teammates spotting it, and there's the spray, pulls the CZ in, while Capstan takes him down. It's 5 on the board for Brute.
Even that initial spray was just about connecting, so Capstan could easily just poke out into it.
Yeah. Spray wasn't quite there. It's kind of like you start shooting before you actually place your crosshair.
Yeah. He wasn't really waiting for him. If I'm Rocketlaunchers, this is where you take the pause, right? Take a tactical timeout, rethink things through. You've had such a great start. Now it's slowed down. Brute are battling back again.
I would have taken it a little bit earlier as well. Like, when they started losing those initial couple of rounds, I think that's when Brute started to show up. I think you just take a pause, you talk about what they're doing, how to change it, maybe that long push. But they haven't done any pauses, and it's really disheartening to see. I like this angle as well. It's a little bit tilted. Let's see what Rocketlaunchers can do as they start to make their way up through short. They've been pretty good at this, right? This is something they can do pretty well. I want to see more catwalk executes. I want to see the standard 3 smokes pop up. The close one on the Xbox, the deeper one that lands a little bit further on towards the boost box, and one that drops inside a CT spawn. Very simple, with flashbangs. You'll take the A-bomb site 90% of the time. They haven't really done that.
Oh, no.
And they haven't even had any B contact pushes. So the 2 most common strategies on the T side of Dust2 haven't come through at all. But this could be what I'm asking for, Banks.
Well, now is the time to strike. They don't want to allow any more rounds to slip away. 5 is enough for Brute in Rocketlauncher's eyes. They need to have a more dominant T side this time around. Although Dust2 is a 50-50 map, we spoke about that momentum. We spoke about what was needed for Rocketlaunchers here. And it slowed right back down once Brute started to get some rounds on the board. And Capstan, he doesn't manage to see it. He's blinded by the slight flash and the flames in front of his face. So allow Rocketlaunchers to push onto the site. AJTT and Pit doesn't have much health either. And the long players are completely shut out of it. Again, finding success at short. They did it before with the pistols. Now they've done it with the full rush in. Max is a little bit cautious, like, is anyone sneaking behind us there?
Oh, Emink. He's going to be close by. Flash is going to go around the corner and try and blind him as Emink hides him behind the stairs. Max drops off and goes back in towards the tunnels. He'll start to run away and try and flee the scene. It's another on the board for Rocket Launchers, and that is a round that they desperately needed. 7 now on the board. This is not too bad. If they get, of course, one more, they'll lead the half. Brute are going to come in this next round with not a whole lot on Crazy and Captain. They could potentially get a drop here from AGT, but does he want to sacrifice that for utility? And the answer is no. Just leave his teammates in the open there. Odds from GG.Bet favoring the boys over on Rocket Launchers to win the series. And 2.85 for Team Brute. So it's not a million miles off, but it's definitely not as close as I would have put it.
We'll tell probably over the next few rounds on how close it would get. That's crazy. He brings out the good old auto. He wants to get close range at B, but looks a bit of depth. He's able to walk out again, and he can get the kill and just back away. AJTT tries to spray him down, but won't be able to finish him off. 30 health left for deaths. He doesn't have to go back for this now. You have the advantage. You've already forced Capson to come back into this. Don't put yourself at a numbers disadvantage. You're fighting in a 2v1, and already actually, both Capson and AJTT have decided to push into the A site. They're expecting maybe that short play to come back into it.
Well, Crazy was a player yesterday. We've seen use all sorts of shotguns on Nuke. Well, obviously a good shotgun. We'll see if he can have any success. He has nowhere near the action. That's the push coming in towards Catwalk. Captain leads to deliver. Soaker and Shaq finding headshots. And yeah, this is not going to be a recoverable round. So Rocket Launchers are going to go to 8 rounds on the board. They will win the half. It's actually beneficial if Crazy just goes for this and sees what he can do. And he's going to find Mac Daddy, surely, but no way. Mac Daddy finds that kill. Max has been spotted as well. He will win the aim battle, but they know where he is. They don't really have money to hunt, so he likely will save this M4. So 8-5. Has potential to be another close map here. It's definitely shaping up to be a close second half as well if they continue this sort of back and forth. Max is going to throw the flash bind. They are hunting him. They want to get rid of him. A few of the players have about 3k in the bank, so one of them was definitely not deaths on $300.
Oh, Max is just ready for whatever they want to throw at him.
Oh my... Oh, I hate this. Why? Well, I mean, you get every weapon out of their hands, but you don't want to throw away the ult, that's for sure.
Yeah, Emink is the one that ideally shouldn't be challenging in this fight.
I'd rather him save one M4 that's probably going to not do a whole lot than give them a couple of rebuys. But 8-5, Rocket Launchers, another goodbye coming into this. Can't really say the same about Brute though. They've only got the one M4 in play, a couple of upgraded pistols, maybe some light Kevlar sprinkled in. But likely to be 9 on the T side of Dust2.
Mac looking to push forward on long here, but we're not going to see as much aggression this time around without the weapons in their hands. It's hard to hold this. Oh, I like this from Max.
He knows he has to deliver, so he gets into a better position, but he needs to be careful he doesn't get spotted by Shaq.
Max is on it though, straight away. Headshots landed over and over again.
That does give away where the only rifle is though. Know where he is, they can avoid him. Start to push up long, they're still wary of the flank, but AJT finds Soaker. Now it's an advantage for the CT side to play with. Looking to just try and cross over it towards the site quickly. AJT going for the pre-fire spam on the 5-7. I like the attempt, but the Molotov will come in and stop him. But finally, the flank from Max is through.
Max is just doming heads, left, right, and center here. The rest of his teammates are falling around him. Crazy. Doesn't have any armor, but he does have the pistol in hand. And Max is not done, but he's done the round. 4 kills again. This man is a machine.
Yeah, this guy has been the most impressive thing about Brute. Kill after kill, multi-kills all over the board. His first 4K of Dust2, but he delivered a lot of them in the series. There's the SG saved over. They needed that round as well, and it was a round that definitely looked like it was not going their way. Rocketlaunchers had a full buy, they had an AWP, they had everything. Brute had one M4. So I did say, oh, maybe you shouldn't, you just let him save over the M4. It's likely unlikely to do anything. Maybe it was better they just committed everyone. Try and get that M4 out of the hands of Max.
If it's Max, just kill it.
Yeah. Who cares? Lose the AWP, screw it. Just make sure he doesn't have an M4.
A round that should have never been. Might give Brute some confidence here going into the final round of this half before moving over to their T side. When it came to Dust2 before, Rocketlauncher was able to win it 16-11. And that's interesting, actually. Only 7 rounds were had for Rocketlaunchers last time on Dust2 on their T side. And it was 8 for Brute. And Brute still managed to lose it. So their T side, even though we've praised it on other maps, might not be too strong on Dust2. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not reading anything into previous results anymore, though, because
screw that.
It just means nothing. It's meant nothing today.
It is literally meant 0. And we actually seen, obviously, Rocketlauncher's T side's meant to be strong, and Verno, they were terrible on it, so pretty crazy. Max does find another headshot. This time it's only one. He has stopped. And Rocketlaunchers can continue to make their way in towards the B-bomb site, where Crazy is now the only player here to try and deal with multiple opponents, which he does well too. And he hides behind the boxes, now just delaying. Nearly gets that follow-up. That was a great haul from Crazy.
They have to go for a big play here if you're Rocketlaunchers. You cannot afford to allow them to take any more down.
No bullets, really. He's lost a few of these bullets.
Reload. Reload.
Finally, yeah. He was just waiting for that push to the door. But Soka is just waiting. Daxon ready to go on through. Soka just waiting. Headshot from his teammate. This is a great recovery and a pretty poor attempt at a retake from Brute. Now Capson up on his own. He's aware it's the last round, surely. He wants to go forward. He has to attempt this, and now trying to re-enter through the door as the time is starting to tick. The AWP in too many different angles. Oh no, this is horrible. You just got to go for it. You have to go. Close shot, nearly finds the follow-up, but Shackle hit the headshot. It's 9-6, and Rocketlaunchers leading by 3.
3-round lead, much better than what they posted up on the previous time these two teams faced off. But is it going to be enough here? HATT slowed down after 2 impressive early series. It's Max who's actually stood strong in every map. He's looked good.
Yeah, Max is looked good across the series. I think if we're taking a look at overall for both teams, I think Max has been probably the most impressive. Yeah, I think over on the Rocketlaunchers, Emming's had good runs, but he's really inconsistent. I think that's what we have to look at in these kind of tournaments as well. As yeah, you can look at the teams. You're never going to expect great top-tier teamwork, right? It's always just what sort of individual has potential in these tournaments. That's the interesting one to look at. Who could be the next
to blow will be picked up by a big-name team. Emming. Coho, Mac Daddy there has also snuck around. Teamwork comes in to shut down the early push from Brute. It's headshots galore as well.
Oh, Daxon, good kill. That's gone. AJT finding a follow-up. I know Daxon and AJT are in a 2v3. Rocketlaunchers have a huge advantage at the beginning of this, but now it's starting to slip away from them. Pistol picked up on short. The push coming through from AJT, and he'll try and cross safely. His head can barely be spotted. He's still hanging around. He wants this kill. He's potentially got info that the player is low. If he wants to find that, obviously a 2v2 with the bomb plant would be huge. He doesn't want to throw away his life. His teammate would be alone, and well, his teammate has just fallen, and AJT will fall as well. Good pistol overall for Rocketlaunchers. Defuse going through 10-6. Double figures now picked up, and a chance to build some momentum. Force buy though, second round, definitely a possibility.
Yeah, that bomb plant was huge. It looked like Brute might not even get the bomb down. No matter where they turned, no matter where they looked, the headshots were delivered, but then Brute started to fire back just a little bit. It worked out in their favor.
Oh, this is just ridiculous. You've just lost a pistol, right? And look at that buy.
2 Galils, AK-47, 3 Galils and AK-47, the scout.
Oh my god. And an opening pick.
I'd be so tilted.
Oh god.
That would be it.
Well, Soaker knows they've crossed. This is a play that's really good to do. It's like you throw that smoke, you can sometimes even sit in it and they walk past. People play fading for you on the A-bomb side, but he just tries the edge around the corner. See the idea, but Max read it well. Gets a good headshot. And, well, this is Brute likely to pick up a round, of course. You know, lose the pistol, it's always the way to go.
The game's so fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad you said it.
Like, this just shouldn't be a thing.
It's like, yeah, it's just giving an incentive to potentially bomb plant, lose.
Oh, okay. I love you.
Finds a kill on towards Emenk. Shaq and Devs left in the 2 versus 5. Under a minute left. Bomb plant coming through, and well, it's going to be 7 on the board for Brute. Job done.
It's mental as well. They're like rocket launchers. You haven't got a single kill in this. Not even a chance for them to fight back. First, the scout went on to Mac Daddy. Yeah, that's one thing. But then with Max and Caps and Tags and all just delivery, there's no opportunity for a defense to come out here from rocket launchers, despite getting the early win.
Well, there it is. 7 now for Brute. Rocket launchers probably destroyed mentally after that. And probably reciting, well, quoting you exactly, I think, in this round right now.
Most likely.
It's like raging, I'd say. But it's going to be investment. Deagle armor, a couple of players are on double eco. MX's going to have to buy as well. It's not great, but it's something they can bring to the table. But losing this force buy, which is likely, will put them back to low buy for the next round and probably the other one after that. So we're likely to see the scoreline even up. Or get close to it.
Max looking to take control of mid. CTs aren't just out there just yet. Oh, Mac Daddy! Slaps down Max, he's looking for more, but he couldn't get it done in time. Trading out effectively here, but it's going to go in favor of Brute. 3 versus 2 now. Def's on the edge of the smoke, though. This could be huge. 2 more to find, and he's giving them a fighting chance in this one.
Deaths is going to die.
Oh,
unless
no, he pushes it.
His teammate backs him up. Yeah, good play. Now Crazy alone. 1v2. Crazy's going to find a chance, but he doesn't spray away fast enough. And it's going to be Rocket Launchers with a win off the back of a force buy of their own, getting their revenge.
This hurts me, Dinko. It really hurts.
Force buy, force buy. Force buy, and more force buy.
Do you remember years ago when like the French scene just never ecoed,
Yep.
they just force buyed?
Yep.
It's like we're doing that, but everyone is
Yep.
doing it.
That's what the
it's less
update should have been
exciting.
called. The French scene update. I mean, it was a point where Envy were doing it, and it was okay when Envy were good, right? Then they started doing it when they're bad, and it just became like, why are you doing
The
this?
meme.
Yeah,
It's like,
you're,
stop, please.
you're just not getting the AWP into Kenny's hands. It's like, but no, it's actually completely reasonable because you can nearly afford an AWP after losing a pistol run. So, Captain's going to get the AWP in his hands. That'll be an investment again for Brute. They have a chance to win this, but let's see if they can get anything done as they charge through the smoke. Shaq is ready for AJT, and they get rid of him. Follow-up smoke is in. Molotov deep for the car. Soaker's going to get mollied out of position from this. But actually, no, of course. It doesn't spread to his position. He just hides in the corner.
Saved.
That's another thing. We talked about the blast radius of the bomb, you know, wondering where it goes. Molotovs, they're just random. You don't know sort of the spread that's going to come through on them.
It's based on what they hit, which way you throw it, depending on which way you're facing.
Sometimes they don't even extinguish when you throw smoke on them.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday, didn't we?
Smoke just bounces off of it. Sometimes they don't even burn people. I've actually seen that in a tournament I was casting a few months ago. Freiberg was playing with Heroic still, and he was defusing the bomb on nuke. If someone throws a molly on him, it just doesn't even burn. It doesn't do anything to him. He just stands in it. Wins around, of course. Well, Max is going to get dropped. That's a play you don't want to lose if you're on Brute. Good headshot from MNK. Even stays up there. They get the info, and that looks towards Pit. They should be aware that they're coming up short, right? They should definitely be aware of this. And while Daxon will get a headshot on towards Shaq, Bomb Plant's going to go in for short, but still winning a 4v2 in this post plant is not going to be easy, especially with Daxon just suicide dropping into a CT. I mean, if it works out, it looks cool, but it's not exactly the percentages. And there it is, 12-7.
Much better here now from Rocketlaunchers. 4 alive with that one as well. 3 AKs in play. Alongside the AWP of Soka. Big Shank will get a drop over towards him. And this is going to be one mighty buy coming out from the Rocketlaunchers. But they're going to be going up against some upgraded pistols, of course. Armor alongside it.
And if there's anything to go by from the statistics we've seen, Bites, this should be around 4 Brute. Of course, the winner of this matchup goes on to play Incheon, our next best of 3. And that was a rematch, potentially, between Rocketlaunchers and Incheon, which we or Ambush, and we've seen that yesterday. So, you kind of know what to expect in that one. But then again, do we?
No, we don't. Nothing is the same.
Yeah, Baghdadi finding some success. 2 kills coming in. At least this is normal so far. And we'll see if he can find more. Death doubles up. Bomb falls to the feet. While Captain is alone outside of CT, and he will be dropped by Baghdadi. 3 kills for him. 13-7. 3 needed for Rocketlaunchers to head to the winner's best of 3 matchup.
Normality is now restored, though, mate, because no one died on Rocketlaunchers.
Or the lose, yeah.
And they won the round.
Sorry, the losers matchup. So it would actually just be... I said something stupid. So it's actually Brute that play Ambush if they lose this.
No.
Ambush lost.
Both of these teams are in the lower bracket. They lost earlier.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay,
yeah, my brain broke. Yeah, you're right.
You were correct. Otherwise, I would have corrected you.
There we go. Caps it. It's been such a long day, Bice. It has been a long one. And we've got more. Caps it, find himself 2 kills. Going on through 3 players standing tall. Des and McDaddy stands in the middle of the site. Des will find 2. Crazy will finish him off. And now McDaddy's alone in the 1v3.
You've lost your mind now, haven't you? It's all gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's all falling apart.
I mean, we've seen just too many mental things happening today. Brute are still in it.
Still win it. But it's going to take a lot more than what we've seen so far in Dust2 from certainly looking better on their T side. But it's going to take Madman Max to deliver beyond what he's already been doing. Or someone else on the team to step up alongside him. No warp for the T side. Captain's going to be rocking the SG, everyone else on the AKs. Shaq tries to fire off, he sees him jump around, throws out plenty of flashes, he's still going back for more. But that's not going to work out, you're peeking on your own, so wasn't even really set up, and you're just giving him round off. It's just not how you play CS.
Devs and McDaddy, let's see what they can do in a 2v4. Probably just save is the option I would go with.
Do you know what it's like? It's like on long just then, they all believed they were simple. Or Zywoo. And that they could 1v1 against 3 members and still land all the shots. But instead, they're playing smart and going for the win. They played for themselves. And now Rocketlaunchers will lose the round.
It's because they've got to this point where they're on 13, they're only 3 away, and they're like, oh, we only have 3 more to go. Surely
we're godlike.
Yeah. We got it. And then that huge lead that they've got slowly starts to slip away. And those rounds that you just needed 3, well, they become much harder to get because now you're mentally broken, your economy's broken, your other team's fired up. They've just got to keep the same mindset, you know, it's not over until you finish it. Stay disciplined. I think it's a perfect time to call pause.
Do you know the only positive I'll take out of this round for Rocketlaunchers?
They have an AK?
Well, there is that. I was going to say Death has the classic slaughter knife.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Just a nice thing to see. Everything else, I was not impressed with.
Are you kidding me?
What?
An AWP just flew towards them in the pit. There we go.
You gifted it.
Yep, have that.
God has delivered you an AWP
gift,
from the bomb.
Tech pause. At least there's some sort of pause. Now Barbar can talk.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll question on both teams. They're not taking pauses, and they both have coaches.
I wonder if Barbar is just talking, though. Because you brought up the point yesterday, the fact that Devil Walk doesn't talk with his team because, when they go to events, it's just...
Yeah, it's practice.
Yeah, it's practice. Events, right? But the thing is, this team are just not a team at the minute, right? So maybe it doesn't matter. Barbar can just somewhat lead them through this.
Yeah, they might have a different approach. That at the first, he's putting like the training wheels on. He is guiding them. But then when they get maybe closer towards attending bigger events and stuff.
Yeah, because that would explain the lack of pauses.
Yeah. But also, sometimes you want to take a pause just so everyone slows down.
Yeah, just
chill, guys. You know, like when they're throwing away silly rounds, like what Soka just did at Long that I was really unimpressed with. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice, Dinko, really. I'm trying to see the positives.
Well, I'm just trying to create, fabricate some sort of situation in which it's not mental to call pauses. So...
But it's like, I understand this is not Tier 1 CS. I understand these teams grinding and trying their best for this. But there's some very basic things not being done here.
Yeah.
Like, our matchmaking games, even with Mitch, who literally cannot play the game. He's incredibly bad. Like, the worst player I've ever seen touch Counter-Strike. And even he can at least listen and pull off an occasional flash or right position.
Occasionally is the key word there. 13-9, 3 away from victory. Rocketlaunchers. Ooh, nice shot landing on towards Mac Daddy as he tried to cross. And why would you go back?
It's little things like that.
But he only had a USP, so at least that's he's not throwing anything away other than his life. CZ moves forward. He'll walk up on towards AJT. He's just going to take these kills every time they come towards him. And, well, Emenk is considering following Mac Daddy's footsteps, but in the way that that ended, I don't think it's a great idea.
Time will tell. Emenk's the next one to go down Deft with the AK. Trying to hold on. He does deliver at least one kill, but that's all it's going to be. Shaq now all alone, pistol in hand. He finds himself an SG. Now, yep, save it. There we go. Correct decision being made.
Big Shaq. Trying to save the SG. Back in T-spawn.
Quick man. Doo-doo-doo.
It's only the end of the second in-game bank, so we are really delving into dangerous places.
Mate, there's only so much of this kind of CS I can watch before I start being incredibly horrible.
I mean, there has been...
I expect better.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen... I think when we get to a map like Dust2, right, the third map of the series is always going to be horrible. Because, first of all, it's Dust2, terrible map. Second of all, it's a third map. So this is a map that neither of these teams are comfortable on. This is one, okay, they'll be willing to play it, but it's not a map they want to go towards. And the way this best of 3 started, they just banned each other's map picks completely, like, straight away. Their one specialist map that they have, they got rid of both of them. So now they're just playing middle ground the whole time. They're starting on the middle ground, so God knows what Dust2 is for these sides. It's just a map they haven't played yet.
And why is AJ... Okay, AJCT is going for the AWP spawn shot, but I hope he passes that then over to Capson. He actually gets tagged. Mac Daddy now being pressured. That's not looking good. They find their way in from both sides.
Why is there no presence in middle at all? Like, they don't see anything that's coming in towards the ramp, and I've just got to leave. They had no idea. They just run up mid to ramp.
Questions I do not have the answers to, Dinko. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, they got to save, and while Brute are going to be on 11, so 13-11. Maybe, potentially, we've seen them claw this all the way back.
Now, AJT didn't get the opening kill, he went for the pick, but I'm still confused as to why he is holding the AWP and Capson is holding the SG.
I think they'll trade it next round, though.
I hope.
As soon as we hit freeze time, it's got to go for it.
At least it's not as bad as, like, the fact that Guardian holds an AWP over Simple at the moment in some mad world that we're living in.
Yeah, it's not going too well.
Did you see the one at Epicenter where, like, everyone had, like, eco,
Eagles,
right?
Yeah.
And Guardian's holding the AWP, and he's got, like, 4 frags, and then there's Simple, just on a deagle. It's like, you're not Zeus right now, Guardian. Give that AWP over to Simple. Let him do his mastermind
I mean,
thing.
someone had to take Zeus' troll. Well, mid is a position that has been so deadly for McDaddy, just trying to get to his bomb site, the poor guy. But some of it's self-inflicted. You know, he did get across safely. It was like, oh, I go back for more.
It's like, oh, do you want to have another shot?
Yes, you did kill me. Clearing close corner with a Molotov. This is much more methodical from Brute. Very standard execute. In towards middle, smoke up for the Xbox, Molotov to clear behind the door, and now they can take catwalk if they want. But there's still so much time.
To the almost 4K viewers in Twitch chat right now, give us your honest opinion. What do you make of this level of CS that you are seeing? Let's hear what you guys have to say. Because this is just not making sense anymore.
Max.
Max has been the most consistent out of everything, right?
Yeah.
Across all maps.
Yeah.
In
Max
that
is
sense,
definitely
I'm like, he deserves honourable mention.
Molotov clears the short corner. And this isn't bad CS from Brute. They're being methodical in their approach. They don't want to lose to any of these potential saved weapons. They're trying to see if there's a stack anywhere. They've taken catwalk. They've got 40 seconds left. So really limiting their options at this point. But Dust has just cleared long because they're hungry for information now on the CT side. They see no one on long, but there's still 3 players towards A. And with the 2 players left on the side of the B bomb site, Brute should be favored in winning both of those battles. You've got one SG here, it's Shaq up in the window, so he's got to do something. You can't let him just go down without a fight. If that happens, it's over. McDaddy has a chance to line him up, Deagle, and Shaq developing with 2 kills. AJT will find 1. Finally, McDaddy is dealt with, and AJT, maybe that's why he has the ult.
Yeah, he might have just proven me wrong with that one. Defs and Emenk, the only ones left. Oh, Defs. Oh, no.
I don't think he was spotted, right? He's got a skin. Are skins allowed in this tournament? Like player model, character model skins? I don't know.
Oh, I don't make the rules.
Because that could definitely help you. Like if you're a green character skin and you're just hiding behind a barrel that's green, it's hard to see that at long range.
Who had it?
I believe it was Death's.
Oh.
You can see the arms are slightly different. But who knows? It might just be a sort of server side or something. Who knows? Because I know when I was playing that show match in Malta, they had the I had a player model enabled, but when I was on the server, it wasn't enabled. So.
Ah, okay. So yeah, it might be server side off or something. Yeah. Well, Brute are forcing their way back into this. Now, I used to say, right, on the old Dust 2, and there's not much of a difference between this Dust 2 and the old Dust 2, but I used to say it was a more T-sided map, but it's still one of those 8-7 the whole way through, like 50-50 maps. Right now, Rocket Launchers have just completely slowed down. They've allowed Brute to have, what, 5 on a bounce?
Yep.
This is now getting very scary. Someone in Twitch chat said they're better than C9. Well, that's not very hard. Like, we're not going that low down.
Well, McDaddy, he's got himself a kill. Follow up from Dest. I mean, C9 don't even have a team, so that is every team is better than C9. HAT will find 1. Emen gone. 3v4, man advantage on the CT side. Shaq trying to... Oh my god, what is that? You've okay, fired a few bullets, went to your knife, and then went back to your rifle, and you're dead. 3v3. Flash going over the mid. Max trying to get up on Xbox. He's spotted as he tries to run away. He has dropped. Death's able to find it, moving through. And Crazy is going to find 2 kills as they just keep running at him.
Do you reckon Heroic has sat it, right? Looking at these games and going, well, we're going to take first place.
Probably, I mean, anyway, you would expect that, right? The only real threat in this tournament will be GG.Bet youngsters, who are obviously already in the semi-finals. But even then, still got to favour Heroic. GG.Bet youngsters have been given a bye to the semi-finals alongside Heroic, if anybody is wondering what we're talking about. It isn't just these teams. These teams have come in from the group stages. They've been playing since Christmas, so it's been quite a long tournament for these guys. They started on Christmas Eve, so the 24th, and that's probably Christmas for a lot of you guys at home in Europe and different parts. But it's been a long tournament for these guys, and they have ground their way up here to this point, and I respect them for playing over that sort of Christmas period, New Year's, everything. Been a lot of effort into this.
Yeah, it's been a ton of games. Plenty of best of 3s, including the best of 5s, which came from the group finals. That was crazy.
Yeah, those were crazy. both of them went to all 5 maps. A couple of overtimes sprinkled in as well. And obviously, this will be the end of the road for one of these teams in this match. The other will go on to play again against Ambush, but one of these teams will take the hit.
Mate, this guy is actually just completely, he's just dumb as hell. Lucas said, as a caster, you shouldn't be downgrading the quality of your game. You're casting. You should be selling the game. What are you on about? The game is sold. It's like the most popular esports going. We've commentated like back-to-back games, and some of these games have been great. It's just right now, the level of play from these two teams is literally terrible. Morons everywhere.
Well, there's 4 ops on the server banks.
Oh.
And well, McDaddy's going to use his. Daxon gone. Mac's able to find one. Death's gone. It's a 4v4. 3 rounds each. That's all they need to find. One of them will take a step closer. The other, unfortunately, will not. And for me, it's starting to look like Brute have managed to just salvage control of this. At a certain point, Rocketlaunchers looking like the team are just going to walk all over them. But they've just fallen apart. And while McDaddy has got an important kill on the op, and we're even.
We did say it though, right? The individual skill was with Brute. We gave Rocketlaunchers the caveat of like having some more tactical depth to it. Yes, Overpass was a bit better for him, but right now, CT side has not been looking good. Though this into a 4v4 should be at least make Rocketlaunchers have a fighting chance in this. Obviously, it always still favors the T side when it comes into this, just because of them pushing onto a site effectively as a team, as a unit. Again, clearing that corner with the Molotov, that no one is there. And really, Short hasn't been aggressed by Rocketlaunchers too much at all. MX just patiently waiting. The problem with his position is if he missed his first shot, he's instantly dead. Because he's out in the open. He's not playing off the box, but he does land the first one. Now he can back away.
Well, MX is going to drop in towards CT. Damage done on towards Max. He's 23 HP. MX makes his way back up on towards the site. Low HP in the player close by, and there's the shot. Bomb on the floor, 10 seconds is all they have to play with. They have to start planning the bomb immediately. And while Soka desperately tries to run in tonight, it's too late. The jump shot comes through. The kill from Shaq as he just jumps up, domes caps in, and now it's all on AJT. He has a chance to win this. He'll move forward, back in towards CT, and he crosses with the AK. Shaq jumps up, goes for it again, back into the elevator. AJT trying to run away from this spot, and he'll go back for more. Headshot there, 1v1 up against McDaddy, and this could be an incredible clutch. But McDaddy's going to go. 10-second defuse, jump spot, CC's on it. AJT pulls the rifle, but McDaddy comes in with the USP. Has he got the time? It sounds like it, and well, he's going to run away.
No. No kit. He didn't have the money for a kit, so that's fair enough, but maybe somewhere, some way, he would have found one on his journey. A 14th round for Brute. Hey, we get a timeout.
But it's from Brute, not Rocketlaunchers. It's the first one used for Brute as well. We're 14-13.
Oh, dear.
21 kills for Crazy and Max. Crazy been playing well here on Dust2. Things have gone a little bit quiet over on Rocketlaunchers. Deaths is 22 and 17. McDowey 17-17. The rest are negative, so that's not great. And look how many it has been in a row for Brute.
Yeah, this is the problem, right? I said when it got to 5, and we're now at how many?
7.
7 in a row.
It was 13-7.
See, look, most of Twitch chat, you guys are pretty cool. It's like, good casters. Casters, you are great. The people are just mad because they bet on games, and they're dumb as hell.
But if you want to bet responsibly, head over to GG.Bet.com. Use the code GG.Bet.com for 125% on your deposit bonus.
Solid plug. Good timing, Dinko. Now, the problem here for Rocketlaunchers is, right, they don't have an answer to it. Like, McDaddy slowed down a massive amount. Devs have been trying to put in work here. They don't have any control long. And Brute definitely have got all the momentum going in their side. I don't have the answer for Rocketlaunchers right now. Because they've tried a lot.
I'd love to see a little bit of just catwalk aggression for that initial kill. Maybe to get the boost going in towards lower tunnel. I think you've just got to get that opening and try and stay alive with it. If you get the advantage, you can just sit back a little bit more passively, be more comfortable, and hope that you can drop them as they come in. But even in that round, where they got it down to the 1v1, McDaddy wins it, he doesn't have the time. It's a little bit unfortunate. But they came close to winning it. So it's still anybody's game. And this is a technical pause now at this point, so that's what we're seeing a little
we'll
bit
swap
longer.
back over. That makes sense then. Do you know one thing? I'd quite like to see Brute win this series overall now, because I think they will put up more of a fight against Ambush than what Rocketlaunchers did. And I'm mostly want to look at what Max can do, because he, win or lose, is the MVP at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
He has been super good across all the maps.
Yep, even on Mirage.
Capson, though, he slowed down huge. How good was he yesterday?
Yeah, he was finding a lot of impact yesterday. Against
Maybe
Skid.
that's why they've taken him off the AWP. But actually, I'd say that's one thing I'll agree with hugely here for Brute. I questioned why AJTT had the AWP at first, but like, if an AWP was having a really bad game and they're just struggling, then yeah, pass it over, right? Give it to someone else, maybe just try and re-figure out what you want to do. So we don't know why the tech pause or what the tech pause actually is at the moment.
Online, you could have a vast array of tech pauses. Best one I had ever was when I was casting UKCS and someone's grandmother made them cookies, so they had to go and eat the cookies and use a tech pause for that.
Is that a legit reason?
Yeah, that's what they put in chat. So I just uttered them. I just said it on stream. So
solid stuff.
I mean, if they're good cookies, fair enough. You can't say no to some good homemade cookies from your grandmother. But we're right back in. No more cookies needed. We're all ready to get things going. Round 28 coming up. And Capson is going to be looking down middle. Flash up, Crazy moving forward. He's already in behind the blue bin. Soaker back inside the pit, has an MP9. He'll find himself one. Crazy gone and a man advantage picked up for the CT side. This is what I wanted to see. Just an early pick that they can slow it down and keep it for a little while. This would be perfect.
4v5 now, a disadvantage for Brute, but they can still handle this, they can still deal with it. AJTT tries to find the tracers through the smoke. It's not going to work out for him, but a good placed Molotov will at least keep them at bay for the meantime. Still one player in pit though, and they need to keep an eye on that.
This is good so far from Rocketlaunchers. They haven't overextended and lost the kill just yet, so a minute and 5 seconds left. Brute have had to leave the initial long aggression, just leave HAT holding this down in case they re-aggress. He's very patient in doing so. And the rest are going to be doing their job of taking mid-control. I'm just going to send Caps in there. He's on the AWP. They've got 2 on the T side. Dust2 is at least one of the maps that's viable for this.
More of a waiting game. Brute slowing things down. But remember, we've seen Brute slow things down before, and then they get caught by the time. They don't give themselves enough space to work what they want to do and push into a site. And I'm worried that that might become the thing. They look to be getting ready for a B site hit. Shot missed there from MM, but he gets the second one onto Caps, and now they know exactly what's going on. They can put full focus on the B site. AJT is only good for one as Daxon finds another, but they're pushing into the site. Max, again, stepping up when needed. The smoke's going to go down. Molly's over towards tunnel. This can be a hold that can work, but they're low on health. The CTs are going to struggle to push in with only one Molly, but that Molly might be able to push one player out of position. It's exactly what they're aiming for here, but it's going to miss just narrowly.
Well, Daxon just hides behind the boxes. Rocketlauncher looking for a way back in. They'll just wait. Timing. Max will find one. Soaker gone to follow up through, and Max will pick it up. 15-13. Brute will find themselves the win. Now they just need one more to send themselves to that matchup against Ambush.
You know what, Dinko, as well? I also think this. It's really hilarious, because we see this all the time, and you've probably had it when commentating. Is if you overhype things, all the chat does is complain, right? Oh, you're hyping up stuff that isn't real. And then when stuff is actually genuinely bad and we call it out, they're also complaining. You can't win with morons like Lucas. It really just isn't possible. But generally, most of the chat, they seem pretty cool. So I'm down with those guys. Oh, dear.
That's a nice shot.
HATZ just kept spamming away. And then Shaq, he had enough of it. Maybe on 31 health, but he walks away with the kill. And actually, it's not over and done with just yet. This buy is reasonable from Rocket. Oh, we got another one onto Capson. Shaq. Time to step it up. Time to deliver for your team. Well, he's making it work here. It's going to be all AKs for the rest of the team, though. They don't want to mess around with the AWPs. And never did I think Shaq could be pulling that off with the scout in hand. Seem again to want to focus on this B site, but it's going to be a lot harder this time around with no aggression coming from mid.
Well, 44 seconds in play. 2-man advantage for Rocketlaunchers. This should be the unbelievable. This should just be the most Rocketlaunchers way to win as well. Putting it right back in the final few seconds to deliver us a 30-round game. It's going to be 2 kills coming in from McDaddy, trying to get the follow-up, but Crazy's in, and now he's got a 1v4. He's on that first, so 3 more to find. Molotov will go towards the door. 25 seconds. Got to get across here safely, and that's going to be easier said than done. As soon as he starts punching the digits in, they're just going to push him all as well. So he's going to go aggressive. I like the decision. He's going to find a chance. They line up. His teammate actually drops him. Soaker kills his own teammate in it, but eventually will get the kill as well. Overtime is a real possibility between these two teams. By coming in for Rocketlaunchers is pretty damn shabby. So this could be the end. But then again, these are the kind of buys we've been seeing teams win every single round with.
I really thought he was going to get Soaker through the door then, and that's how they were going to win it, because that was nuts. Crazy trying to make the work happen here. Shaq now looking to poke it again, trying it once with the scalp. This time around, though, he's not going to find the damage. Both him and Emenk have the scouts in hand to fight with it. The benefit here is Brute's had the economy, they've had the control, but somehow Rocketlaunchers have found a way to at least grab this 14th round. But can they force it to overtime, even with an MP9 and 2 scouts hand in hand?
Well, making the way up. No initial kill yet.
Oh, good bit of damage done, but he usually exchanges it back. Gets tagged up down to 20.
Yeah. Well, at this point, the more damage that they do is definitely going to really hurt Rocketlaunchers, because they don't really have the weapons to win the duels.
No.
When it comes down to it as well, so you just got to hope that Brute with their shots as they start to come in. 40 seconds left, they start to gather. They start to try and impact. Smoke up on short. Flash ready to go around the corner. 30 seconds as they start to round and they start to go. Crazy's going to go forward. Utility used as the flashes land on the side. Emenk's going to try and line them up. First kill in. Crazy finds it. And now it's a 3v4. And man advantage to play with for Brute.
This is now looking good for Brute. Large and in charge coming into the bomb site. 3v4. They've got the numbers advantage. They've got the weapons advantage. And Shaq, he's trying to deliver with his scout again. AJTT sneaking in behind him. No, Shaq! This man's a monster with a scout over and over again. But Capson looking to end it right here, and now Def's the only one standing up. Brute looking to take this series right to the wire. The final round. The smoke's going to go down. Max is sprayed off by the MP9.
No way. Oh, he has a kit, but they're going to be spamming. The time is ticking, and it's finally over. Crazy gets it done. The Glock with the successful last kill. It was a long one. All 3 maps again, Banks. 30 rounds on Dust2, but we are ready to head to our final best of 3.
Straight away, just like, let's go.
Let's go. Get it in.
Problem we've got here, Dingo, is, right, Ambush have sat there for a while across this best of 3.
Yep.
Got to chill, got to watch all of this. Brute will deserve and probably want a break as well. So I'm guessing we're going to have an extended break despite waiting for the next best of 3.
Yep.
I'm glad that Brute won in the end. And the only reason is I think if you compare both teams, Rocketlaunchers in individual skill would struggle to match up against Ambush, where Brute can probably put up a better fight. Because Rocketlaunchers, first game looked so good. Honestly, like they look like a completely different team from yesterday. Then we go onto their map pick of Inferno. They struggled against Ambush yesterday massively on Inferno, and it didn't improve. We thought because they picked into it, something would have mattered. And then on Dust2, they had the game in the bag. They were on the 13th round. They allowed 7 in a row for Brute.
It feels like they run out of stamina, right? They just can't keep it up. And they hit it. I think 13 is their unlucky number. They hit it a couple of times. They let it slip quite a few times. And unfortunately, Rocketlaunchers can't get much done. But this does mean now, though, they can take that break. They can start to really develop this team. They've got pieces there. Whether or not this is the final form of the team, they've got bar experience in there as well to potentially flesh this map pool out and get these players into better shape.
Well, it's time for us to go to a break. It's time for us to gear up for the next and final best of 3 of today. Hope you guys are enjoying all of the action so far, because we're expecting better and more coming into the next one, except for you, Lucas. See you.